Now then, how are you? Welcome to Bennett's Kitchen, Beyond the Block. This week, with my good friend, Harry Johns, we're gonna show you how to go through the process with a whole fillet. Now, a lot of people buying whole fillet on Super Sunday. They're at a fair price at the moment, which is gonna go up, obviously, with restaurants opening and stuff. They've been a fair price for a long time, but I'm gonna take you through the process, what I do with a full fillet. So I'll get straight into it, won't mess you about. I'll take the chain off, which is the side bit. And I'm doing this, you know, just like you would in your kitchen, so I'm just trying to work with you on it.
And so why are you taking that bit off?
To be fair, the chain is just like the gristly side of fillet. For me, it shouldn't even be on there. It should be taken off as trim of where we get them from, because to be fair, it's not fillets, but they'll leave it on to try and get a bit more for it. And these are from John Scott's, but I take the tail off, like so. I'll put that to one side for later. Right, whole fillet. Trying to show you as simple as I can. Take that bit of seamy off at back, which will just pull off. And then, try and take this silver skin off.
Which is, again, no good for eating, right?
Not really. I mean, it won't do you any harm, but all these bits probably best off just going in to make a stock or a gravy or,
Feed the dog.
you know, feed your dog if you like it that much. But this is called peeling and degristling, PAD. Take this bit off at back. So once you've got your fillet to this state, the tail, we'll worry about the tail later, don't worry about that. So what people tend to do, different cuts you can get out of fillet, you could either portion it all the way through. This is what they call larder trim now it's peeled and degristled. You could either stake it through. What I would do with it, me personally, I'd take that off, which gives you your centre of a fillet, which gives you your Chateaubriand.
Beautiful.
And then I'd take some steaks out of here.
Yeah, nice.
Just nice size. Depending on how big you want them. 2 nice ones and 2 for kids.
You get a lot of bang for your buck, don't you, compared to like what you're going to pay for in restaurants?
You do, considering at minute that they're on at like $32.50 for a full fillet. So you could have a Chateaubriand for 2. You've got a nice fillet steak dinner, and
that's going to be 50 quid in a restaurant, just that.
100%. And then with tail, you can always save your tail. Tidy it up. You've 2 options with this. If you wanted to, you can get it to that form, take that little bit off, and you could make a small individual beef Wellington.
Oh, yeah, nice.
You could, you know, wrap that in Brussels pâté and some mushrooms, roll it in puff pastry and just do a nice little beef Wellington for 2. Or you could slice it down like that and dead simple, just strip it up, do a nice fillet steak, stir fry.
I was going to say, could chuck it in with some noodles, some greens.
Especially with your restaurant.
Yeah, right. Okay, so this all looks totally great. Let's cook one?
Yep, let's bang one in.
Okay. Pan on medium. I'm going to butter baste this steak.
You tend to go for butter, don't you, in steaks?
I think it's a good way of cooking them. Simple as well. It keeps a lot of flavour in, but also, you know, I like butter. So I've got my pan on medium, healthy knob of butter, just melting. I like the look of this one. Yeah.
Get stuck in. Centre cut fillet, that's why you like that.
Beautiful. Heavily seasoned on both sides.
This won't take a lot of cooking at all, will it?
Not at all. It'll need breathing on. So that's beautiful. So a lot of people say, like, when you cook steak, put it in a pan, don't move it around, all these rules. I'm not a big fan of that, especially with a butter basted steak. So what we're doing is we're just going to spread this hot butter all around. So we're just sort of getting heat from all areas whilst it's cooking. And like that, don't be afraid to get another knob in there. And then whilst that's cooking, I'm just going to get a bit of fresh thyme. And then just really just mix everything around. And then we should
get some serious flavour out of that.
Yeah, 100%. and just keep moving the steak around and keep basting it with butter. Steak's gonna take on the flavor of this beautiful fresh thyme, you know? So that's been cooking, a couple of minutes aside. As I said, keep moving it, keep the butter, hot butter on it, herbs, generous salt and pepper. And really, we don't need to do too much to it, I don't think. There we go. Again, like we've said in other videos, let it rest. A little bit of pan juices there.
Oh.
Now the problem is, how do you let that rest? Because I just want to eat it. But we'll let that rest for 2-3 minutes, let it relax, and then we can make it that, you know what? Really nice steak sandwich maybe?
Beautiful.
Or just, what would you have it with, just some potatoes and stuff?
I'm fairly easy. I like it with veg, I like it with chips, I like it with bread and butter.
You just like it, don't you?
I just like it.
So obviously I've taken a lot of the pan juices out, but there's a little bit of what you would call debris there, maybe. And I've just taken the heat right down, bit of fresh bread, cut that in half, and we're just gonna stick it face down. You see that?
I know a lot of people, when they try to do a steak sandwich at home, they probably do what I used to do when I was younger. Bang a steak straight out of the fridge, into a pan, straight onto a plate, slam it in some bread, and they find themselves doing this. And pulling steak out and bread stays where it is, and oh, I want a good experience. 2 things you need to do is 1, buy a good quality steak. 2, make sure you cook it from room temperature. 3, let it rest and give yourself a chance. Them 3 things will lead to having a better quality and a better experience with a steak sandwich. You don't want to pick a bad quality steak. You must cook it from room temperature. You must let it rest. Then you'll enable yourself to have a good experience with a steak sandwich.
Absolutely right.
It's just toasted.
So all I've done is just crisped the bread in the juices, more flavour. Butter, thyme, salt and pepper, steak is in the bread now.
Oh,
beautifully rare in.
Look at that. This might be too rare for some people, but again, you just cook it to your liking, don't you?
100%.
No
100%. Steak sandwich.
Beautiful.
Fillet, easy. I've learned a lot here. I didn't know half of that stuff you were talking about. I think it's brilliant.
You get a lot for your buck at the moment. Look at how many dishes you could have. Steaks, sarnies, bits. You can have yourself at least 5-6 good dishes out of that. So, you know, bring the restaurant home. Fillet steaks, sarnies. Quality.